We have an important update concerning the Boy Scouts of America's bankruptcy proceedings, as well as those related abuse claims, and specifically how it affects our churches that want to continue in ministry with the Boy Scouts. This video will also just kind of keep you in the loop if you just want to know what's going on, but specifically, there will be guidance for those that want to continue to be in ministry with the Boy Scouts. By the way, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Jeff Pospisil. I serve as conference treasurer, and I'm part of a team from the Dakotas that is working with our churches to help navigate this whole Boy Scout issue. And this is a great team. It includes Steve Ottmer and Nancy Oviatt, that's our chancellors. It includes our district superintendents and our bishop. So we have a great team, but we also have really good support from up top. So the denomination put together an ad hoc legal team, and this legal team is right at the table with the Boy Scouts and involved in the bankruptcy proceedings. So we're getting really good information from them that we're using to help support you. So just a quick recap of what's happened so far. So first of all, back in February of 2020, that's when the Boy Scouts of America filed for bankruptcy. And they knew there was going to be a certain number of sexual abuse claims that came forward. But they way underestimated the number because it ended up being over 80,000 abuse claims came forward. And the United Methodists, we've been a long-time strong partner with the Boy Scouts, and I think we're the biggest chartering organization since 2020 at least. And so that's when we started getting concerned. We knew that we'd likely be affected. And so in October of 2020, we said we needed to get active in this, and we contacted our churches and we alerted them to the issue, and we strongly encouraged them to file a proof of claim if they have Boy Scouts or if they ever suspected they may have had Boy Scouts. So just to get our name in the hat, because with 80,000 claims, it became unlikely that the Boy Scouts would be able to cover all those claims financially. So that's when that happened. And then soon after that, that's when we ended up getting the legal team, that ad hoc legal team together, and we discovered there was about 4 to 5 thousand claims against United Methodist churches or connected to United Methodist churches. And so behind the scenes, they've been working and we've been working and we've contacted those specific churches and have been working with them. And but also we've been getting regular updates. And as a result, in September of 2021, that's when a letter and an email went out to our churches that warned them that we should pause chartering. You know, that if you have an existing organization, let's move that to a facility use agreement. And that was the wisdom at the time because the chartering agreement really um, uh, confused the relationship. You know, it wasn't clear who was responsible for what. And that was the issue that we had is that um, a lot of times the Boy Scouts, we would provide the space for them, but we would not necessarily be really active in the ministry itself. And so we just wanted to switch to a facility use agreement at the time. So, but things are constantly in flux. So there's been changes since even last month in September. As the bankruptcy proceedings have continued, our ad hoc team has been working and negotiating with the Boy Scouts, and hopefully that'll be resolved by the end of the year and maybe even by the end of the month. At least we'll have a much clearer picture going forward. Their negotiation goals have been this. First of all, healing for the victims. I mean, we do want to care for the victims. We do share some responsibility in that, and we do care that they would find some healing and some hopefully wholeness through this whole process. A release for all churches. So that means that if you were related to one of those claims, that you would be protected from a lawsuit. And related to that too is that the church would not have to file an insurance claim for their part if they're related to one of those abuse claims. And then last of all, that there would be a financial settlement. So there would be some kind of number that comes forward, and that would be the extent of our liability as a denomination. So those are the goals, and we're looking forward to seeing how that all turns out. And now for the next steps, especially for those that currently have Boy Scouts. I know the advice last month in September was that churches should work towards ending their charter and working towards a facility use agreement. And I'm going to guess if you had that conversation with your Boy Scouts that you got some kickback and probably even a rift in the relationship. And I'm sorry about that. That was the only way we saw going forward. Now, I think the Boy Scout leadership at the very top has heard our concerns, and they are developing a new United Methodist friendly charter. So one that addresses our concerns going forward, especially concerning liability issues and just clarifying that relationship. And so what we're working towards and what we're agreeing to is that if our churches would extend their charter through March 31st, there'll be no additional fees involved, but through March 31st, that'll give them time to develop this new United Methodist friendly charter. And so if you're able, if you want to move forward with the Boy Scouts as a ministry of your church, there will be a better way going forward and hopefully maybe repair some of that rift in the relationship. In the meantime, though, I would ensure that safe sanctuary policies are being respected by the Boy Scouts or any group really that meets in your church. That's one of the things why we talked about within the facility use agreement was just making sure we were all on the same page as it goes to the safe sanctuary policies. One of the interesting things from a numbers standpoint is that 99% of all the claims against the United Methodists happened prior to the year 2000. And it was really in the year 2000 going forward that we decided that we would get very serious on safe sanctuary policy. So only 1% of the claims have happened in the last 20 years, but 99% happened in the previous 40 years. So um, this is going to bring us to the end of this Boy Scout update, but I want to leave you with one last word, and I would encourage you to pray. Pray for the victims and their healing. Pray for the Boy Scouts and their future. And especially pray for our United Methodist churches. And there's such an important duty to the youth and the children in connecting them to Jesus Christ and helping them grow as disciples. And just what that looks like in your church as well as all of our churches. And one last thing too is you can find more resources online at www.dakotasumc.org, as well as contact information for myself and the district superintendents. All right, God bless you.